Greetings, people of the internet. This is Cardiacs, and today is another video. And this one is another illustration for Ginger's book. And actually, it was a bit different because the last several have been okay, well, pretty much all of them, honestly, were kind of action packed and kind of bloody, even if only a little bit, except for maybe one. Uh, This time, the illustration is more reflective of the character's personality type, which is quite appropriate because when I was doing this illustration, I had to, again, go visit Ginger. But this time, I visited her at her father's house, which she is moving into. And I brought my brother with me because I figured she, Ginger, and I have both kind of thought that or rather, my brother and her father would get along swimmingly, and I'm delighted to say that I think I'm right. Because they seem to really like each other, and I was very happy because I think her father is amazing, and I wish he was my dad. I really, really like him, and also I just really like Ginger, so I already think of her as a sister, so it'd be even more fitting to share a father. Anyway, so my brother came along with me and they chatted, and it was fun to show him, my brother, the collection that Ginger's father has, because he has figurines and movies and life size uh, mannequins. Yes, they're not technically mannequins. I don't know what to call them. But he took masks and created PVC structures and filled some outfits to make them look like the movie characters. And oh my goodness, it's so amazing. Anyway, um, my brother liked it too. And what's adorable is that my brother, he bonded with Ginger's dad's dog, Chi, little Chihuahua. It was so cute. I took so many pictures. Maybe a little bit obsessed with taking pictures of cute things, and just maybe it's a good thing because I do kind of want to try photography. Regardless, so this character, backtracking just slightly, is very reserved and very quiet, but he's also really awesome, just like Ginger's dad. So it's all very appropriate since I was at Ginger's dad's house doing this illustration, and she and her father watched me periodically. So yeah, I hope they both enjoyed the real time demonstration. I enjoy it too. Like I thought that it would be a bit unsettling being watched, but it wasn't bad at all. I was very aware of being watched, mostly because there was a big computer screen in front, or behind rather, my laptop screen, and I could kind of see them standing behind me. That being that aware was a little bit off-putting, but it worked out in the end because I did get this illustration finished, and even though it didn't exactly turn out how I wanted, I think it turned out just fine. The main problem I had was the background. I just kept doing it again and again, as you guys will see later. At first, I think the trees at first were a little bit too close to the foreground, and yet they didn't seem the right size, so it felt like they were a little bit further as well. I'm not sure. I just got stuck. So I redid the background several times. The cat made a sound and it was upsetting me, so I had to look over my shoulder and figure out what was going on, but it's no big deal. It just makes so many sounds that I have to check. Oh, now I'm working on the background. Lovely. Anyway, I think the foreground is separate enough based on how it ended, but I did have to play around with it a bunch to try and get a feel for everything, rather, really. Just, yeah. That's usually how I have to do it. I have to redo and redo and retry and just experiment. Getting better is just one gigantic experiment, it seems. So I was trying to use desaturated green colors to put in some trees in the background, and then, like I did with the Carver's Demise illustration, I added some more saturated greens, but I couldn't do it too vibrant of green because this is supposed to be at night so that the campfire in the foreground would show up a lot more. Which I kind of like how the campfire turned out, but it doesn't feel quite right. Nothing ever seems to, honestly. Whenever I do these illustrations, just something always seems off. Regardless, at least I'm learning where I can, uh, uh, I'm learning what I can practice, I guess, is what I'm searching for. So yeah, I got to utilize my very beloved glow dodge layer, and it was quite brilliant because, at least in the campfire, I didn't have to blend the color down so that it wouldn't be so striking because fire glows. It's perfect lighting, essentially. So it's light itself. So the glow dodge helped illustrate that. And I haven't been around fire very often, which is probably a good thing. But what I have noticed in the past when I was going to like a bonfire or something when I was quite young, I do remember little bits of sparks, I guess, coming from the fire and jumping out of the pit. So I tried to use that to my advantage. So I did little sparks flying in the illustration, and as per usual, I used the glow dodge as well to help give the feeling of the fire's light affecting Thad, which is this character's name. Surprisingly, I have not mentioned that yet. Regardless, I have a Redbubble account now, and soon I will be placing this illustration up there as well, so that when Ginger ever decides that she wants to get this done in a mug or a shirt or a whatever she wants, then it will be up there. Until then, here is me coloring a fluffy shoe. And also there is a cat because, like clockwork, this cat has decided that she must pester me whenever I pull out my headset to record audio. You are a brat, you know that? You're cute, but you're a brat. Oh my goodness. My cats here aren't even that crazy. They're just, like, they don't attack me when I try to give them love, as cats seem to have the reputation for, but they do definitely drive me insane because they do things that they know they're not supposed to. Like right now, she wants attention when I'm busy. Why can't you give me attention or insist on having attention when I'm watching Netflix or something? Anyway, so I have a big challenge coming up soon that I intend to get started while this video is exporting / uploading. And I would appreciate any luck that anyone would like to wish me, because it is quite a large project / challenge, like even larger than the last one, which was coincidentally one of these illustrations that I have done for Ginger, except that it wasn't nearly as large as I thought it would be because I got it done quite quickly. I thought it would take me quite a few days, like the first one I ever did for her, which was the Becca and Theron redraw illustration, which is quite old now. It's, well, not really that old, I guess. It's only a few months. It feels like a lot older, though, honestly. Or was it a year? No. I did a video for it, and I wasn't doing videos a year ago. This is the doing videos for me is quite new. So I guess it was a few months ago that I did that illustration. I feel like I've improved quite a bit, but I also feel like I'm kind of stuck. I guess this next challenge, though, will be helping me out with that. I do hope that it does. In talking about cats, my room is kind of cut off from the rest of the house in terms of where the animals are allowed to be on a daily basis. My cats aren't really allowed in the rest of the house because my mom is allergic to them. And also she's just afraid that she'll get scratched because she gets very upset about that. Anyway, my point for mentioning this is that my bedroom door is a double door setup, and it makes quite a lot of noise when it's opened. I also insist that my brother, whenever he leaves and I'm still home, I ask that he comes and hugs me before he disappears because I like to know when he's home and when he isn't. It's a little bit sad when I am upset and want to get a hug and he's not here. He's very huggable. Anyway, my point for this little tangent is that apparently yesterday when I was sleeping, I was out of it. Like I'd come home from Ginger's dad's house and I was awake for a while and I went to bed. I didn't feel that tired, but when I woke up, I just felt like I hadn't moved at all. Like, you know, that feeling when you slept really well. I didn't really sleep that well, though. I was very tired when I actually got up. However, usually my double door will wake me up when it's opened. So then I'll groggily say something to my brother, and he'll come over and hug me, and I'll ask him where he's going, and then, you know, he'll leave. However, this time, that did not happen. I was not woken. He told me when he came back for a few minutes that he actually came over to me and like kind of squished me a little bit, like he laid his chest on me and kind of put down a little bit of pressure. And he told me, I think he told me something. I don't know. Oh, he apparently meowed on me. I think he was trying to mimic the cats because the cats like to crawl around and nap on me when I'm asleep. Regardless, so when he was doing that because he's silly, apparently I didn't wake up. He said I said something, but he didn't know what I said because it didn't make any sense. Like he couldn't understand what I said, and I was just like, huh. It makes me curious, honestly, because the human brain is very interesting when it's exhausted. And my friend, I won't say it because I don't know if she'd want that can be on the internet, but my friend told me that when she is asleep, you can't tell her anything. Like she can pretend to be um completely awake. Like if she's asleep and you try to talk to her, she will respond and sound completely conscious, completely sober, completely functional, but she will have no recollection of it. And like she says the weirdest things when she's sleepy, and it's the best thing ever. And it's just so fascinating to me how our brains function when we're exhausted. I know mine is weirdly functional when I'm tired, it's just a little bit slower. For example, the other day when I was hanging out with Ginger and her father, I was actually having a harder time than usual trying to get words out. It's like I stutter a lot. I'm not sure if it's anxiety or inability to sleep correctly or what, but Ginger and I actually had a conversation about how that happens, and we were just kind of wondering why. Just why is that a thing? And we came up to a few possibilities, I guess. I don't have time to discuss those though. So thank you all for watching. If you like this, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if not, then I'm sorry. Anyway, bye.